outspoken mother who is passionate about marriage equality. Come on up, Nerrilyn.
Woo woo!
Thanks very much, Dylan, for asking me to speak. A bit scary, but anyway, here I go. I'm really no one important at all. I'm just an ordinary local here in Gladstone. I've lived here for about 40 years now. All my children, my 3 children, were born in Gladstone, as were 2 of my grandchildren. And I have with me today my beautiful granddaughter, she's just hiding her head, who's come with me also to support her uncle Jake, who happens to be gay. I'm also a public servant. I'm a teacher, so that proves that I'm nobody important at the moment. Sorry, I had to put that in, shall we? Like I said, I don't have any special qualifications to be speaking to you today, except that I am the mother, the very proud mother, of a gay son. I didn't choose to be the mother of a gay son. It wasn't anything I even thought about. And he certainly didn't choose to be gay, because there aren't too many who would choose to have to daily live with the kind of discrimination that he has had to live with. He started here in Gladstone. He went to West Gladstone Primary School. He was even the school captain when he was in grade 7. Then he went off to Brisbane to boarding school, and most of the rest of his life there has been in boarding school. But he has a very strong tie here to Gladstone. He remembers with great fondness the Gladstone Estate that he used to attend and did very, very well at. And he does love Gladstone, but he feels that in a bigger community, he's able to blend in more, and he doesn't have to put up with some of the difficult situations that so many people in our gay community have to put up with. He actually lost a job promotion, and the reason they gave was that he wasn't a cultural fit. I'm still pondering exactly what they meant by that. I guess you could read many things into that. Very, very hurtful. No doubt it's something that could be taken to the anti-discrimination people, but he chose not to do that. What's the point, Mum, he said. It's something we live with every day. As a mother, that's very, very hard to accept. And it was partly that, and partly a trip that we did to America together, where we went to Arlington Cemetery in Washington, and I went to see JFK's resting place, being a huge JFK fan, and he actually just went to support me, and he wanted to stand on the grassy knoll, and he got behind the fence, pretended he was shooting, and lay down dead on the grassy knoll, and all these silly things, which is one of the joys of having a gay son. I mean, he's just, he just is a joy to have, that's all I can say. But we were in Arlington Cemetery, and that night he'd had a few, I'll be honest, he'd had 1 or 2, and he opened up to me and he said, Mum, I just looked at all those white crosses there, and he said, you know, so many of those men who died were gay, and he said they died not being able to claim the person that they loved and to say to them openly, I love you. And he told me other things that maybe he wouldn't have told me if he hadn't been drinking. And for me, that was the turning point. That was when I knew that I had to start saying something and speaking out. It wasn't long after that that I met Glenn Butcher, realised there was somebody who also believed that being gay is no different to being left-handed, no different to having blonde hair, no different to having blue eyes. It's just the way you're born, and yet he has to suffer this discrimination. I'd also just like to say that it offends me deeply that my son's equality is dependent on a politician's conscience vote. To me, that is so wrong. My son's equality is his by birth, and it is being denied him. He was born an Australian citizen. He is entitled to every single right that any Australian
Here.
And it's like when you're born, they say, you're an Australian citizen, welcome to this wonderful birthday party we're going to have because you have all these wonderful rights. And then suddenly they said to my son, no, sorry, you don't deserve these rights. You're no longer welcome at this birthday party. And if you're a parent, you know what it feels like when your child is told by the cool kids, sorry, you're not coming to my party. So what I love about the gay community is they've made their own party. And quite frankly, I'd much rather be at your party than the other party.
Woo-woo!